I see why men are staying single because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
A lot of women keep asking why more men are staying single, but the answer really isn't complicated anymore. Too many women want the benefits of a relationship without understanding the responsibility that comes with maintaining one. Marriage used to be built around cooperation, sacrifice, and mutual respect instead of convenience and emotional impulse. A lot of men are finally realizing that peace is hard to maintain when the relationship only works one-sided.
4 reasons why being a single man in your 30s is awesome. Number 1, you're actually attractive to women, okay? A lot of guys spend time in their 20s not feeling attractive to women at all, but if you work on yourself in your 30s, you're gonna be a lot more attractive to them. Number 2, you're less desperate for sex. The good thing about being in your 30s is you're not a complete horn dog all the time. It actually helps. 3, you have money to finally do what you want and you're not sweating over the check when the bill comes. 4, you have less pressure to settle down and have kids. This is one of the benefits of being a guy as opposed to women who experience a lot of pressure during this time.
Truthfully, your 30s are usually where life starts making more sense anyway. You understand yourself better, you stop chasing meaningless validation, and you stop making decisions based purely on emotion. A lot of women also realize that marriage and kids aren't automatic paths to happiness just because society repeats it constantly. Men feel pressure too. They just usually stay quieter about it.
A lot of men today say they are done with dating. They are staying single. They're out of the game, kaputski, because they don't trust women. They don't trust women because women of today are fake. They have fake eyelashes, fake nails, fake hair, fake bodies, even fake personalities. They feel like women don't really love men, generally speaking. They see men as a means to an end. Just deal with men to gain something. And I guess it's similar when women say that they're done with dating because they don't like the nature of men, that they cheat, use women for their bodies, want women to stay in their place. Now men are saying they want to stay single because they don't like the nature of women, that they use men for their money, use their bodies in a different way, as work mules, change my tires, go paint here, move this here, lift this for me. So what are men asking for? They're asking for a little appreciation. They're asking to be loved for who they are, not what they can provide. They want to be seen. Now, is this unrealistic? Getting married, if they have resources and the woman decides she doesn't want to be married to him anymore, she could take half, even if she hasn't contributed to any of it. They don't feel it's worth the risk. Ladies, if you were a man today, would you date women today? Is it worth it? Do men have a point? Are they asking for a lot? To be loved, appreciated, not used, to be seen? What do you guys think?
Staying single isn't failure if your life is peaceful. A quiet apartment, financial freedom, and emotional stability are starting to look better to a lot of men than constant chaos and pressure. More men are realizing that solitude feels lighter than being emotionally drained every day. Peace has become the new status symbol, whether women want to admit it or not.
Why successful men stay single. It's often the same mechanism that makes men savage in the workplace that also makes them extremely intelligent when it comes to women. For example, successful men know how to sniff out desperation and entitlement. Most women want their lifestyle, not them, so they become experts at sniffing that shit. They don't settle for less than they deserve because success teaches you that your worth is non-negotiable. Sounds crude, but they prioritize purpose over pussy. Purpose is for life. Pussy comes and goes.
He's not alone because he has no options. He's alone because he understands that forcing the wrong relationship can cost a man his peace, finances, freedom, and mental clarity. Average men settle because they're afraid of loneliness, while disciplined men are willing to wait because they value stability over temporary validation. A man who knows his value doesn't panic just because society tells him he should.
I can't see one single positive argument for staying single today. We're having a cigar the other day with this guy when we did the live podcast. He's 35 years old, makes millions, but he doesn't want to get married. He says, it's too risky getting married today. I said, it's too risky getting married today. I said, man, it's too risky staying single today. Like, what do you think life is all about? Pulling up to a restaurant in a Rolls Royce? For what? Who cares? Those people that say, what a nice car, don't give a shit about you. Everything about life is investing in things that outlive you. Man wants to live forever, but we're not going to. The only way you're going to get a glimpse of living forever is by what you build. You have kids, you raise them properly, they continue your last name, you write a book, you make music, you make movies, you make something that outlives you.
True. All of this is true. Well said.
Well said, soldier.
A lot of men watched other men lose their homes, finances, freedom, access to their kids, and emotional stability after bad relationships. After seeing enough examples, some men simply decided the risk no longer matched the reward. Instead of chasing validation through relationships, they started building purpose through work, health, freedom, and financial peace. Society calls it checking out, but most men would call it adapting.
When you get enough lonely single men in their young ages of like 20 to 30, right, with no family, no kids, nothing to die for, to stand for, you're going to have public tragedies keep happening. Soon they'll start targeting higher ups in government because, you know, once the greed sets in from those at the top and they take more and more and more and you're left with nothing, then you'll really see the, quote, revolt everybody talks about.
You can only dismiss and ignore men for so long before the culture shifts completely. Men withdrawing emotionally isn't always loud or dramatic anymore. Sometimes they just quietly stop participating. That's why the energy feels different today compared to 10 years ago. A lot of men aren't angry anymore. They're detached.
It's the rude awakening that men have needed for thousands of years.
I have 4 big things to say about this, but first of all, I'm not quite sure where this belief came from that if more women divorce their husbands, that these men are just going to believe that it was all their fault and they're going to grow and get better. No, there's never just fault on one side, and men know that. Second of all, most men that go through divorce end up losing a lot in the form of lost time with their children and financially through spousal support and child support. So many men just feel victimized by the court system. Thirdly, a lot of these men that get put through the ringer, they eventually build themselves back and they realize that they're a lot happier being single. It's actually a lot more peaceful for them. And fourthly and lastly, a lot of men never want to get married again, or in the first place, because they hear women like this talking about divorce as if it's some sort of punishment for her not being happy, as if his needs and the family's needs have nothing to do with it. And men are smarter than that.
Many men no longer feel protected by modern systems, courts, or relationship expectations, and that distrust didn't appear out of nowhere. Over time, a lot of men concluded that the emotional, legal, and financial risks simply outweigh the rewards being offered today. Whether women agree or disagree, more men are quietly deciding that preserving peace matters more than chasing appearances. Thanks for watching. Stay unmoved, stay unbothered, and I'll see you in the next video.